So I'm definitely a big believer that each individual should run their own race. You can't run your parents' race, you have to, or your friend's race, it's your own race. Mezuo Nwueli, I'm the managing partner of Sahel Capital. We're a agribusiness-focused private equity firm. We manage some capital for international investors, and we invest in food and agriculture across Nigeria. We're in a globalized world today. Many of our kids have gone abroad to get good, solid experience, either education or work. But it's also to recognize as parents that there are opportunities in Nigeria, in Ghana, in Togo, and we shouldn't be confined by our own what we know. So if we think of our own parents, the generation before our parents, they wanted us to be engineers, doctors, lawyers, and if you're not an engineer, doctor, lawyer, there was nothing else. And then we now came through and showed that there are opportunities beyond that where you can be successful. It's also to recognize that the younger generation coming up is probably better prepared, better skilled, is also seeing those opportunities. And we should allow them to explore those opportunities regardless of where they are. So if they now identify an opportunity in Niger State or in Togo or in Cote d'Ivoire, how do we encourage them to go and explore those opportunities? And there are opportunities beyond the traditional paths. And as long as they're thoughtful about how they're doing and the path they're going down, we should encourage that. And I think ultimately, if they have grounding here at home in Nigeria, then there will always be that pull and that tie to engage in some form or the other, either right after school or later on in their career. So I'm definitely a big believer that each individual should run their own race. You can't run your parents' race, you have to, or your friend's race, it's your own race. And in that race, there are different trade-offs. You're trading off between family and professional. You're trading off between how much you want to work or not, how much money you want to make. It's a very individual decision, but you have to run that particular race for what's important in your own life. And at the same time, recognizing that, what does this mean for me? Which doors are being opened? And even if I think of my own decisions I've made in my career, deciding, for example, I'm working on Wall Street, JP Morgan, and now decide I want to come back and work in Nigeria, and taking a substantive pay cut to do that. It's a hard decision to make. And many family members were not excited with that decision. Today they are, but then they were not. At the same time, being in private equity, living in Senegal, earning good money, good respect, credibility, working in the region, and now decide I'm going to leave that to now go to Ojokoro, to do a startup that is now milling chili pepper to sell and engaging with farmers in the market. Also having to deal with friends and family wondering what we're doing. But I think for everyone, it's understanding why do you want to go to a certain path? Have you thought through it? And being comfortable with the decisions you've made, implications based on where you want to go and how you're building towards that. And once you're thoughtful about that process, be comfortable with those decisions you make. And there will be challenges, there are always challenges, but being comfortable working through those challenges as a learning experience to where you want to go. So yes, running your own race, making those decisions, and being thoughtful about it. And with my own kids, I think my wife and myself always tell our kids that we're comfortable supporting whatever they want to do, as long as they excel in what they choose to do. So the only time they get a reaction from us is if they're not excelling in their chosen field. But once they excel, we're quite happy, whether it's the performance arts, whether it's engineering, law, business. I think everybody has their individual passion. You need to find that passion, and then you need to nurture it, and then see how do you support to enable that person excel, whichever passion they drives and motivates them.